Hello everybody, welcome to Sunday's video. Now this video will go over some of the progression that I've done. I didn't do one of these videos last month and I've had this more kind of bigger emphasis on, look, you know, try and get stuff done. Live stream it a bit more when it comes to like in-game content. And I'm not going to say like I'm able to devote like huge amounts of time to like keeping up with the grind. But I need to be, I want to be, I desire to be. And I'm glad a lot of you are coming by to those Twitch streams where I do a lot of kind of in-game content, so to speak. And yeah, let's just go over what progression that I've made and talk about where I plan to go. So progression-wise, one of the biggest things at the start of November, because I didn't post a update to where I'm with progression, but I did the initial clear of Abyss of Legends. Now, I do have aspirations to 100% this by the end of the year. Kind of, well, I think I'm kind of biting off more than I can chew to do that. But if I manage to gather time, although as we have seen with the information for next month, we're all going to be pretty busy with stuff. There's a lot of content going out, and maybe because it's a variant 6, it may delay that. I definitely plan to do 2 more paths of Abyss of Legends, so that would be at least over the threshold with, I believe, 5 paths in total, maybe 6, can't remember. But the fact is, I did the initial clear, which was enough to get myself that Thronebreaker titleage, which is the most important thing. I did want to become a Thronebreaker more desperately than you can imagine, especially to say I've done it. There we go, and we move on to the next thing. However, I do have plans as well to 100% Act 6.3. I'd like to do that first, then do Abyss, but if that comes first, Abyss comes first, then I might do that. As you can see, I'm on the final path of 6.3.1. I'm not really enjoying Act 6.3 as I would have, but I just don't care. I need to do it. Like most content, I know what this emphasis is going, rather than just like sitting on it, it's just kind of like, look, just get on with it. Do it. And by the time I think it comes to the release of Book 2, Act 1, I'm kind of like, well, I may have 100%ed Act 6.3, and I'll be ready to do Act 6.4 at a later date. Will I go back and do Act 6.2.5? Yes. I want to do 6.2.6, yes, but I need to be in the right headspace. 6.2.5 just does my head in. It still comes to a point, I don't think Kabam have properly addressed any of this Act 6.2 and Act 6.3. I'm still surprised they didn't do anything about the gating system, number 1, that's with 6.2. And number 2, kind of gripe is I don't know why they haven't addressed a lot of the scuffy lanes on 6.3. Because you can have a team fully set out and go, okay, well, I've got a champion that throws a slow debuff. I've got a champion that works against X champion and Y champion for whatever reason. But if they've got something of a red herring just thrown at you for whatever reason, just trying to give it an example. Can't stop, won't stop. I had loads of different champion options. I had one to take on Mephisto, and then down the line there was a Human Torch, but I had no Incinerate immune, so it then caused the issue that then I was just losing Incinerate damage. I'll give you an example. I think I'm on the set. I can just kind of like scoot across and just show you right here. So can't stop, won't stop on this route. It's all fine. It's all fine. It's all fine until, God, if I could actually find the route, until you get to there. This is the pain point, and I don't know why Kabam haven't addressed this. I'm just going to sidewind and talk about progression, but this is important for progression so people get an idea that if you don't have a champion available that is a champion that works against can't stop, won't stop, so, you know, getting that unstoppable buff, and you're like, but the issue is critical failure and Incinerate. So if you've not got anything that kind of interworks against those two things, which chip damage you can't avoid with critical failure, and it chips kind of like a bit too high that's actually beyond fairness, and the second thing being like the Incinerate from Human Torch, like, well, I've got to find a way to either shrug that off or have something immune. So yeah, I think Kabam have really got to look back at this. I think they said they're kind of done with it, but I just don't think they're thinking too much about this stuff. And it kind of makes me feel like it really would have been good to be part of the pain point posse on this. And maybe there were people having that kickback and saying, look, by the way, this is scuffy on here. You need to sort this out. You can say, okay, well, let's remove hit points, reduce down hit points, or let's remove attack values, and that's good, that's fine, but you're still taking like dramatic amount of chip damage from those scuffy things. In any case, I'm keeping up to date with the event quests. I've managed 100% each month Cavalier, no problems. Although this month has been terrible for dropped inputs. Not just me saying that, a lot of people over the community, and I really hope next month is dealt with, because this is just, it's unacceptable from a game standpoint. You know, the last 2 months have been great. I've had no dropped inputs, I've enjoyed the game, and no issues, but then this month has been that month of just stuff going wrong. It got worse after I did my Abyss of Legends run, and that's good in some ways, because I didn't want to like lose a lot of units against the grind. By the time this video comes out, we would have had Cyber Weekend, so they would have been good and bad based on further progression on anybody's roster. And indeed, I've managed to do and kept up to date myself with challenges and things like that. So, you know, I'm having a good time. I am keeping up to date. I'm kind of playing a lot more MCOC than I play other games, which is a bit of a downside, and that's something to kind of like talk about in future months, about the extent of this game being too much of a drag on players. But yeah, I'm enjoying myself at the moment. I'm enjoying myself with my content, especially in November. I'm really vibing pretty well, and I'm getting on with stuff, which is great. So yeah, come on by the streams. We'll be doing some regular content. Champion acquisition. I'm interested in getting Apocalypse, but that won't be until next month. So I'm saving up my shards. Don't know what I'm doing with my 5-star shards. To be honest, there's not really many 5-star champions I want to get, apart from a Mega Red, Mojo. And by the way, I did see the comments in that video, the crystal opening, that players was like, yes, a Mega Red is in that crystal. It's like, okay, yep, cool. I now know for future reference. So there's not many champion acquisitions I solely need, except for Apocalypse, but I'm going for the 6-star version. Cosmic Ghost Rider will be a good second-hand champion to get, and I just need that Apocalypse, really. I want some fun interactions with my Magneto against some of Abyss of Legends, especially for certain paths that have a lot of hashtag metal on them. And there are some decent Act 6.3 lanes that have a lot of hashtag metal, by the way, so that's something to bear in mind. But yeah, I'm enjoying myself, my permanent content, my endgame content, and yeah, just saying really where I'm at, champion acquisition wise, you know about, and as well the champions that I've been ranking up. I'm close to another Cosmic Tier 5 class Catalyst, and so that's good. So yeah, it's gonna be here, unless I can wait and see if I get Cosmic Ghost Rider, and then that would probably be it. But yeah, loads of different options available. I've been ranking up some nice champions. Red Gun. There's a lot of rank 4 champions I want to rank up. So yeah, lots of opportunity there for rank ups. Lots of champions I'd love to take it to rank 3. Lots of new champions I've kind of brought into the roster thing. I think Venom the Duck was recently as well. So yeah, there's been a few Electro, and I'm thinking about doing a what if video for that. In any case, that has been the video. That has been where my progression's at. I'm doing a lot of 6.3 as opposed to 6.2 because I just lost my patience with 6.2.5 and 6.2.6. I think I'll return back at a later date, but I don't know when. I think it might make it one of my last things to do after doing 6.3 100%, going back and doing that. It's just the gating system that I'm losing the will to live. 6.2.5 is different, but I think it's different because of the extent of having champions alive and based on the global, which I think Kabam should have really addressed. I don't know why they didn't address it. A lot of questionable things at Act 6, and I'm hoping that Book 2, Act 1, is a lot better. In any case, thank you very much for watching this video. Bit of an update of where I'm at progression-wise. Thanks for tuning on in Sunday. Have a good Sunday, whatever you're doing. I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.